All right, we got another Red Dead video coming at you hard. This is going to be part number 73 now of our main series. Christ almighty. It's been a journey, no lie indeed. I hope you're all staying safe as a result of COVID-19 and the pandemic. It's obviously a very serious situation. We are very fortunate to have mediums like this where we can continue to communicate, socialize, share, and ultimately have a little bit of fun together. And I'm happy that, I can be a part of your entertainment. So we'll see what we got. We are still in the epilogue at this point, epilogue part 1 to be precise. Still at Pronghorn Ranch with... Good. It's crazy that you can play this game for as long as I have with this particular playthrough, and still it takes a minute for your brain to click in with the names. There are a lot of names for sure. But we're John Marston. That's it. Ding. That one should have been an easy one. Still Pronghorn Ranch. Still epilogue part 1. Not much has changed there. We've mostly been doing jobs around the ranch, kind of helping around with Mr. Geddes. Kind of doing odd things here and there. We haven't really got into anything serious with gunplay and stuff like that since entering the epilogue. So, hopefully we'll see a little bit of that with John Marston coming up. I also just wanted to address a couple things on my last stream, in particular part 72. There was a misunderstanding. I was addressing Abe as Mr. Geddes' son. That is not true. Geddes' sons are Angus, which is his older son, and Duncan, which is his younger son. So just a little bit of clarification there. Abe is just a farmhand, like some of the other smaller kind of random farmhands that have been around. Also, I was kind of getting into some conspiracy theory about Mr. Geddes and what kind of activities he might be partaking in Strawberry. He has no relationship to the hired guns that I was referring to. Those are the Laramie boys. I'll touch on them in a second. But there is some speculation. It's never explicitly stated. And this is some of the help that I got on YouTube from Maybe again. It is suggested, perhaps, that Geddes goes into town for prostitutes, and then on the other hand, his wife is speculated to be fooling around with a lot of the ranch hands. And it seemed this is kind of open information, I guess, around Pronghorn Ranch. And so, really, this is like an early 1900s open relationship. So, thanks again for my small but great and growing community here on YouTube for getting some things right here for me, for sure. And also, I did mention about Abigail and John likely being common married. They are indeed common law married, but they become formally married at the start of the first or by the start of the first game. So that's another very, very important note. I really wanted to touch on those points. These are very insightful comments that I've been getting on my videos, and it's not just people fooling around, and I can really appreciate that as well. That there's some seriousness for sure to this, because I like to see these streams as somewhat serious. Like I am trying to to beat the game and not just have fun with it. So yeah. We'll get underway here. Should have a couple missions available right off the bat here for us in and around the Strawberry and Pronghorn Ranch areas. And as I said, hopefully y'all are staying safe. during all of this, and more importantly, playing your part in, I guess, delaying, or not even delaying, but basically ceasing the spread of this potentially deadly virus. It's been a lot of fun. I'm already thinking about what's coming next. Obviously, I have some games lined up, some games in mind, some part of series that we have covered before. Got lots of exciting things to cover. So lots of games that I've been waiting a while to kind of cover as well. Red Dead has kind of handcuffed me a little bit, but throwing a little 50 Shades of Grey into my stream with the handcuffs. Get it? Sometimes I feel like my jokes are really lame. Alright, seriousness, here we go. No better way to start our stream than John Marston hacking up a good old saliva nugget. Is that a thing? A saliva nugget? Lots of nuggets. I've never heard of a saliva nugget before. Alright, what do we got? So Abigail, our lovely common law married partner, go and see your wife. She's got something going on for me here, as well as David Getty. So I just expect things to kind of intensify for sure, especially action-wise. Like I said, we literally have seen zero action essentially since starting this, which I can also appreciate, because Chapter 6 was nothing but action and explosions and craziness going on. So this is kind of like a deep breath. But Abigail is right next to me in our little humble abode here on the ranch, so we're going to go say hello.
How you getting on?
Surviving, I think.
Here. I'll get you some coffee.
Only thing I know how to do is, well, you know, undertakers like me. Cattle, not so much.
That ain't true.
I ain't no rancher. Rustled horses, not raised them. Stole cattle, not birthed them.
I was reading the newspaper. I was reading about a old ranch, Beecher's Hope, down by Blackwater.
Was you?
Well, Jack read it to me, but I thought maybe we could raise some money. Bank could lend us the rest. We could be happy, John.
Bank loans? I got a goddamn price on my head, woman.
I know all about that. Every time we about to get somewhere, make something, you go and show the entire world that you ain't Jimmy Milton. Every place we've been has been the same. We start doing okay, and then boom, you act like the big man with the gun. Tired, John, and I guess I was dreaming a little. At least give me that.
Just feels hopeless.
You're doing better.
Milton! Milton, ma'am. Mr. Geddes needs you to head over to Strawberry in the wagon and collect some mail for him at the post office.
Sure. I'll take the boy with me. He's getting soft. Lancelot.
Come on. Jim, if you're heading that way, can you pick up a parcel for me? A dress I ordered. I think it's in your name?
My name.
I think so. One's in your name, and the other one's in mine. Only one should have come in by now.
How much shopping you done?
Oh, yes, a real keen purchaser of goods, me. Look at me.
Okay, Lancelot. We'll make a man out of you yet.
Not too much of a man, mine. He's only a boy.
Just gonna show him how to drive the wagon a little. We'll save the real exciting realities of adulthood for another day. Come on, get!
You take care now.
Of course.
still love when they refer to him every time as
It's nice
Lancelot.
getting out of the house, huh?
I like being in the house, Pa.
Life ain't just about doing things you like, boy.
Yes, sir. You make that clear enough.
What's that supposed to mean?
Only that you aren't so happy here. With us.
Son, I'm happy. It's just... I find it hard, is all. You'll understand someday.
Kind of just another one of these errand missions to run for Mr. Geddes, but we actually get to go into Strawberry, which is cool. A little bit of a different setting. I don't think we've been there since the beginning of the epilogue. John seems pretty hard on Jack for now. I mean, I guess you gotta kind of be a little hard when you're in this current situation, kind of bouncing around, nothing steady.
Here, want to take the reins a little?
I don't know, Pa.
It's easy, boy. Don't be scared.
Well, what do I do?
Well, just hold them and pull them short to slow down. Tell them to go faster. Give them a little switch. And then pull to one side if you want to turn. Here, try it out.
Kind of a touching mission between John and Jack. Get to see a bit of a nice father-son relationship. Or sorry, is it Jim and Lancelot?
That's enough.
For now.
Back in Strawberry, eh, kid?
Looks like.
You know, I think this is the longest I've seen you without a book in your hand.
It was foolish to forget mine, sir.
Look, I got some business to attend to with the clerk. I'll leave you with the wagon. Can I trust you not to drive off with it?
Oh, I think I can be trusted to that.
Very good.
Alright, so we have to collect the mail from Mr. Geddes, and Abigail said there should be a couple things there for us as well, I believe. Something like that, so we'll see what's up. She also mentioned a ranch by Blackwater, which is interesting because, you know, we're obviously looking for more of a permanent place, and that's taken us down Blackwater Way, which is an area of the game that I have long awaited to explore.
Pa? Where are you going?
Oh. I guess we're not
Hello,
quite
sir.
there yet.
How are you?
Got about as much as I can take and a bit more.
All right, here we are. You all right, son?
Sure.
Well, cheer up a little. You wait here. I won't be long.
Okay.
And if you behave, I might let you drive us home.
Can't wait.
I have a feeling he's being sarcastic. Alright, we gotta collect the mail.
I'm here to...
Name?
My name? Jim Milton.
Jim Milton. Nope. Nothing here.
Maybe try Marston. John Marston. It's a long story.
Okay. John Marston. Marston. Nope. Nothing here for that name either.
Try Abigail Roberts.
Abigail Roberts.
They recognize the name.
Abigail Roberts.
100%.
Yes. Here we are.
And also, I'm here to pick up the deliveries for Pronghorn Ranch. David Getty sent me.
Pronghorn? Yes, sign here. We have a bunch of stuff for you. And I will help you out.
I'll take these. You get the rest of the stuff.
I mean, despite being multiple years later.
Let me help you with this, Mr. Marston.
It's, mostly Milton these days. It's a long story.
Whatever you say, Mr. Milton. It's not important. Take care now. Give my regards to Geddes.
Thank you very much, mister. Okay, let's get out of here.
Everything okay, Pa?
Sure. I hope so, at least. Here, you take the reins a little.
I ain't sure.
Come on, son. You'll enjoy it if you try a little harder.
So, goodness gracious, that was not a good situation to kind of find ourselves in there. As soon as we mentioned our names, John Marston and Abigail Roberts, you could see the clerk and the other gentleman in the post office there kind of give each other a glance. Despite being multiple years since, the events that took place with Arthur Morgan, our face, the face of every member of the gang was probably on a wanted poster, and those wanted posters are probably still around. Like, these are really highly wanted criminals. The Vanderlyn gang was very highly sought after. The Pinkertons probably, most obviously spent a lot of time and money to come after the Vanderlyn gang. So, we are very, very notorious, very infamous, I guess, in the land. And so I think that the clerk and that guy recognize me, and we just gave our current location away as, working with Mr. Geddes at Pronghorn Ranch. So something's going to happen, and people are, I think they're going to tip off some of the higher ups here, and we're going to have people come and knocking on our door at Pronghorn Ranch. That's only speculation, though. I can only speculate at this point. We shall see.
Okay, Pa.
It's okay, dude. Chillax, brah.
We're going back to
Got this,
Pronghorn,
buddy.
okay?
So, wait. We've come all the way out here and we just gonna turn around and go back?
That's what we're doing. Turns out, I missed the seclusion of the ranch more than I figured for.
Don't you want to go to the store or the saloon or anywhere?
We're going back. Okay, boy?
But I've been sitting in this wagon I don't know how long.
But nothing. Keep on driving and watch the road.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Jesus. Mind your father, okay? I got my reasons, even if I don't care to explain them.
Yes, sir.
Better.
As much as I kind of miss messing around in town, it's been a while. It's probably not good to spend too long in a big place like Strawberry.
If I tell you to speed up, speed up. If I say slow down, you slow down, okay?
Sure.
All right, speed up, buddy.
All right, speed up. Let's get away from there.
Okay. Hiya!
Faster.
A little more, my dude. I don't want to cause an accident, but...
Give him a switch. Who's this?
Sorry, sir. Was that a question for me?
No, keep driving.
This is not good. I've seen a couple guys off the side of the road here that have been looking at us a little funny. Things are about to get not good for me and my son. Hopefully we're not being followed at all.
What's
There
wrong,
is somebody behind me.
Nothing.
I think that comment was in regards to the person behind me and me
I don't
looking
like
behind
driving
myself.
across here.
It's the same as any other road. Look where you want to go and the horse will follow.
Okay.
We gotta get out of here. We're gonna lead them straight back to Pronghorn Ranch. This is a bad
horse is getting
situation.
skittish.
You'll be all right.
Oh,
What?
Christ.
Nothing. Just keep driving.
As far as I know, I don't have any weapons on me right now. A ranch hand is not going to keep
What?
a rifle around.
What's wrong?
Don't look around.
Oh, Pa,
Hey.
those men. Are they following us?
Just stay calm. See that fallen tree? When we get there, stop the wagon, jump down, and hide.
Now, I don't know if this is in relation to being recognized as John Marston, or perhaps these are just hired guns messing with us like the Laramie boys, but I guess we're about to find out.
Oh, Pa.
You need to do exactly as I say, boy. Here, now! Come on! Quick, now! Okay, son, you wait here. You don't move or say nothing until I speak to you. You hear?
Yes, sir.
Head down. Okay, gentlemen. Let's see what you come calling about. What do you boys want with us?
Oh, we just want to have a friendly chat. Are you John Marston? You sure look like him.
What of it?
Come here, partner. We don't mean no trouble.
I hope not. I'm just a farmer, friend, and I don't have no money on...
You're talking bullshit, mister. Kill him.
Oof, I think being in first-person view there helped me kind of lynch onto those targets a bit quicker. Hopefully there's not too many more of them around.
It's okay.
Not good.
Okay.
What? Why? What?
It's okay. It's okay. Come on. Keep them eyes closed. Let's go. Come on. Get out.
So now I've got to drive the wagon the rest of the way back to Pronghorn Ranch.
I told you not to look, boy.
Are they dead?
I didn't have much of a choice. You saw that. Now, compose yourself.
You killed them, Pa.
Son, I need you to hold it together. You were real brave back there. Real brave. Did exactly like I said.
Really?
Uh-huh. If you hadn't listened, things could have gone real wrong for us. There.
I think that's all this kid needs is more encouragement and less reprimanding. I had the choice between those two in that situation to help calm Jack down. I think Jack turns out to be a pretty good kid because I believe in the epilogue of the original Red Dead, you control Jack. Don't want to spoil too much though if you have never seen the events of the original Red Dead Redemption. A pretty legendary game. Man, I do need to try and stick it with these streams. I took a couple days break between uploads here. I will definitely get back to it this week for sure. Getting some more videos out here so we can finally come to a conclusion with this Red Dead series. So definitely check that
We're
out.
okay. Hey, you know, your mama wants us to buy some old ranch. You read to her about it, didn't you? Mm-hmm. What was it called? Mm-hmm. What was the name, boy?
Beecher's Hope.
That's right. Beecher's Hope. Over by Blackwater. You like the idea of that, huh? Us on the ranch?
I don't know.
I can see you as a rancher's boy. Like Duncan Geddes, huh? I wasn't so sure, but... yeah. That kind of life might suit us. Wouldn't be such a chore if the horses we were cleaning up after was ours, would it? No, it wouldn't.
Less cash cab, more recording Red Dead 2 videos. I've been able to see some great movies of late, though. including Midway, 1917, and A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And there's a couple more that I'm looking forward to watch, so my movie watching time has increased exponentially. Less of that, more Red Dead. I like John, I like Jack. I want to see the best for both of them. No different than Arthur Morgan. Whoa. Kind of off-road a little bit here. I think as we get closer to the ranch, it does become kind of an off-road experience. Didn't get away from the area as quick as I probably could have, but I find the wagon very hard to control the faster it goes.
That was an eventful trip.
Do we tell Abigail? Do we tell the wife? Or is this something that you keep from her?
Can we get home quicker, please?
Look, pal, I'm trying. He's a panic attack waiting to happen.
Go say hi to your mother.
How was the... What happened?
Yeah. I don't... We got shot at.
Shot at? What happened?
Well, we got followed, and then...
Followed by who?
Probably someone who knew me. If we didn't get to them particulars, I'm sorry.
My son. Our son.
It was your dress that caused all the problem.
Weren't even a dress. It was a gift for you.
Oh, wow. That's what the mail was that was for us, that we collected for us. We collected Mr. Getty's mail, but we collected a package for ourselves as well. John assumed it was a dress.
Just do one thing or another. Not be two people at once. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, is it ever good to hear Arthur's voice? For real though, no lies. What a beautiful scene that is. What a beautiful camera shot here to John Marston's back. So yeah, that other package that we picked up that was under, I believe, Abigail Roberts' name, was not a dress like John assumed, but instead a present that Abigail had purchased for John. So, eesh. Again, we see kind of a straining in the relationship between Abigail and John Marston. No doubt about that. That's been very clear. And the other thing we've seen with kind of their interfamily dynamics is how much of an outsider Jack seems to be within his own family. I guess that's maybe the best way to put it. Jack just doesn't seem like... I don't know if he's just not hardened yet as a kid, but like I said, he's a panic attack waiting to happen. I don't really mean that in a joking way. I mean that in like the kid's got some nerves about him. I don't blame him, but you know, it's kind of like, damn, is this actually John Marston's son? Like, you wouldn't think of John Marston's son to be the kind of guy to be cowering, but hopefully one thing with this epilogue is we'll get to see maybe Jack grow a little bit as a character, because from what I remember, I don't remember seeing a lot of that in the original Red Dead Redemption. I could definitely be wrong, however. It was probably 7-8 years ago that I played that game, so my memory definitely won't be serving me too well on that one. But yeah, I would like to see a little bit of growth here in this game with Jack. You know, we've seen quite a bit of bonding between John. We've had the opportunity to witness quite a lot of that, quite a lot of bonding between John and Jack, but I'd like to see a little bit of growth on Jack's part moving forward. Hopefully I expressed myself correctly there. Anyways, so the only mission left for us is David Getty's mission. Again, not really doing any side stuff going forward at this point. So we'll stick with the trend of doing missions here, and we'll jump into this David Getty's mission. Abigail said, or he said to Abigail, rather, in that little argument there that, you know, they were following him, but he didn't, you know, give away his location or anything like that. But he forgets that he told the clerk at the general store that he was working up at Pronghorn Ranch, and confirmed that it was with Mr. Geddes. I saw some people actually through here.
I won't hear any more of it.
You won't hear any of it.
Not in front of the men.
You toad.
All right, smile, smile. Do not embarrass me.
I love sneaking up on conversations like that. Hiding behind walls and tents like we used to do at camp. Boy, I miss camp. How much has changed here in Red Dead? My goodness, the whole playing experience kind of changes. I don't know, it's weird.
Hey, I heard we had another incident with the Laramie boys.
Yeah, there was an incident.
Well, I mean to scare me.
Are you scared?
A little. I've got a lot invested in this place, and not just the land, but my family. It's hard to explain.
I understand. I'll do my best to keep you safe, sir.
I know you will. So how's your family?
Just fine. I should probably head back.
Yeah, I know how it is.
How'd you get on?
Okay, I guess.
Better?
Sure, I'm just tired.
I know. Anybody want some more?
No,
no,
I'm
thank
good.
you.
I miss Mr. Pearson.
John Marston, you're such a pig. All right, it's getting late. Let's get some rest. Good night, Jack.
Good night, Mama.
Good night, Jack.
Good night, Pa.
It's like an episode of the Waltons right there. Oh, son of a gun.
What was that?
What are you doing?
My job, Abigail. Lock this door behind me. Don't open it unless you know it's me.
Jim! They got Dickens! Over by the stables!
Over. It's rich man's folly. You boys are over. The cattle are ours. And soon enough...
In my pajamas.
Who's this? New hand?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, where's Geddes now?
I'll be up in a moment.
Okay. Okay.
They've killed Mr. Tolbert, and they've stolen my goddamn cattle. You men okay?
I think so.
Yeah?
Jim Milton saved my life. It's Mr. Abel.
Yeah, of course, it's Mr. Abel. I can't believe he thinks he can scare me out of here.
Then I guess we're getting your cattle back,
I guess
sir.
we are. Can you go too, Tom?
Of course, sir.
All right, Jim. I know you can handle yourself.
A little.
Go get your guns and head out.
Guns?
Oh, don't play coy with me, son. We need your help. I don't care what you used to do or what your name is. This is the land of second chances.
Understood.
Okay.
Let me in, it's me!
What was it?
Mr. Geddes' cattle was taken.
I'm sorry to hear that. What are you doing in that thing?
Mr. Geddes been real good to us.
What are you doing?
My job, Abigail. My goddamn job.
Well, one thing is at least John Marston's past is kind of out in the open here at Pronghorn Ranch now, and that's clear now with Mr. Geddes making the statement that I don't care what, you've done in the past. I don't care what your name is. He's made it clear that he does somewhat trust us now and somewhat respects us, and now he is, out of that trust, asking us to lend him a hand here and use our ability, the best of our abilities to overcome this. So that's kind of cool. It's not this secret anymore. It's funny because the contrast between the two married couples here at Pronghorn Ranch, they complement themselves beautifully, because you have Mr. Geddes and his wife with all of the drama that we discussed early on in this part, with him going into town and fooling around with prostitutes, and her fooling around with all the ranch hands. You know, and then even in that conversation there, Mr. Geddes didn't even really know that... oh, never mind. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I take that back. I was going to say something, but it's completely unimportant. I was wrong. I caught myself. Haha. And then you've also got John Marston and Abigail, who are having this complex kind of relationship as well, with a lot of arguing and stuff like that. So these two couples kind of complement themselves perfectly, and they both have secrets of their own. You know, John Marston is hiding a lot of secrets, and I think that both David Geddes and his wife are probably hiding a lot of secrets as well. So yeah, they really do complement themselves.
I'll lead the way. This is gonna be the last we hear out of them.
I was able to get some pants and some suspenders on at least. I'm not about to go fight in my pajamas. I believe they identified it as Mr. Abel. Potentially that's who caused this disturbance. So in terms of weaponry, I have right now a carbine repeater, a Lancaster repeater, and it looks like a repeating shotgun. So I'm most comfortable with the Lancaster. I actually really like the Lancaster repeater. And then we'll go with the... I haven't used the carbine repeater. My carbine repeater with Arthur Morgan was a scoped weapon. Obviously these ones are not. These are not the same custom weapons that I owned with Arthur Morgan, but we'll give it a shot. Actually, let's go. I already have a repeater equipped, so let's go with the repeating shotgun for close range instead. And then we've got a John's Cattleman revolver, which is obviously John Marston's Cattleman revolver specifically. And then, you know what, let's go two Cattleman revolvers. That way it's the same pistol, same ammo. We're all good. Ooh.
That's the place up ahead.
There's our cows. A couple guards out front. A couple more around the side, I imagine. Let's get a closer look. Let's go. Yeah, there's plenty of guards. I'm gonna head straight in. Yep. Tom, you head up there and try and give us some cover. Abe, you're gonna try and flank the place and come in from the back. I'll give you a minute or two, then I'm heading in.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey! Hey! You boys been coming up to Pronghorn. I thought I'd come down here. You're all so tough. Come have a word with me.
You here to cut a deal? You're too late, partner.
I'm here for our cattle, and to teach some manners to all of you.
to be milkman. That damn Geddes. Who is this guy? Let's deal with him. You're a great shot. They won't need to it now. Let's end it. Pronghorn problem.
Jim Milton, you son of a bitch! I see you, Milton. You're gonna be sorry for what you done. You're gonna pay, all right. You and your wife.
That's the fellow who shot my feet up.
I got this. You boys take cattle.
See you back there, son.
So this is the leader of the group that we're going to go in and address right now. Holy crap, that's pretty much the first big shootout that we've had since starting part 1 of the epilogue. So that was extremely satisfying, and we got a lot of really cool slow-mo shots of some gun action there, which worked out really well, I think. So we're going to head in here. Obviously close quarters. I want my, my shotgun equipped.
You ain't so talky now, are you?
Piss stinking, shoveling, backwoods, sacker, no good, trash.
Come on. Oh. Oh man.
You know that woman of yours got the look of a woman ain't had a real ride in her life. She's gotta make do with some piss-poor stinking farmhand. Hey, tell her I'll let her in my sheets. Long as she bathes first in sheep dip, get the stink of you off of her.
Sorry, I had to. Probably not the best decision for John's state of mind, but you're not about to talk about Abigail like that. I'm sorry. Disgusting. Pig. Yeah, probably not good for John Marston. Abigail's trying so hard to kind of get him to forget his past and to move on, but at the end of the day, John Marston is a gunslinger. Some things never change. Some people can't be changed. I think John Marston is the perfect example of that. He pretty much single-handedly just wiped out every single one of the people in that group. Wasn't necessarily a hard decision to pull the trigger or not pull the trigger, because at the end of the day I don't even really know who this guy is. Like, it's not somebody that I have a relationship with that makes it more difficult to pull the trigger. It's pretty instinctual. He's talking dirty about my wife like that, he's gonna end up with no head. Pretty simple transaction.
did real well, Mr. Milton. This man can really fight. Saved the whole place.
Ah, that weren't nothing.
Well...
You! Oh, you... You saved my life.
No need to say nothing, sir. Just doing my job. Now, I don't think they'll be back tonight, but how about, Abe? Just in case you stay up.
Yep.
You see anything or hear anything, you fire that rifle 3 times.
3 times.
We'll all come running.
Will do.
Well said. And thank you, Mr. Milton. Truly.
Just glad to be of service, sir.
I understand. You get some rest.
Thank you, Mr. Geddes. What? What? What choice did I have? Just answer me that. What was I supposed to do?
Again, Abigail's just unhappy that I've kind of returned to my gunslinging ways, and the impact, I guess, that might have on Jack
Mr.
growing
Jim?
up.
Mr. Jim!
Inspiring him, potentially.
There's a telegram messenger for you over there, near the house.
There is? Okay. Thanks, Abe.
What do you think you want?
I have no idea. But I doubt someone wants to give me a big pile of money.
That's him.
I see him. Thanks, Abe. Mister.
Morning.
So far, the new century is just like the old one.
It is the 1900s now.
Buddy!
Hello.
Life. It's no joke, huh? You take care now.
Goodbye.
Love that you can still touch base and kind of socialize with. This is like a camp, I guess. Once again, just like our old camps, except much more grand, I would say. We've definitely earned the respect of Mr. Geddes, and I think he could care less. Couldn't care less about our past now, and he knows about it.
Excuse me, mister. I'm Jim Milton. Heard you had a telegram for me?
Yes. Here. Sign there.
Thank you. Jim, stop. If you're the JM I know, stop. It's Sadie Adler. I've got something to discuss. Pay good. Meet me in Saloon in Valentine. I'm there most days. Stop. Sadie Adler. I'll be damned.
I foreshadowed earlier at the beginning of the epilogue that other members of the gang would likely try and contact us or reunite with us at some point in the epilogue. At some point, or they might not necessarily try, but the chances are that we'll, being back in this part of the United States, I think John Marston has a high likelihood of running into some of the old gang members. I imagine, just like John Marston, others have probably found their way back to the same area. This was their home for so long, kind of what they knew. So, first person we stumble across is Sadie Adler, who has contacted John Marston via telegram. So, she's requested that we meet her in the saloon in Valentine. She's there most days, so we can probably, as long as we make the trip out during the day, we should be okay to run into her. So that's pretty cool. Out of all the people that were still alive in our gang, Sadie is definitely fairly high on the list of people that, I respect. So it'll definitely be cool kind of linking up with her again. This mission ran kind of concurrently or consecutively, I guess would be the better word there, to this last mission that we did. So I didn't really have the choice in between missions there to stop, but we will continue on and see what's going on here. We have to speak with Abigail about this recent turn of events. Obviously, she recognizes Jim Milton. If this is the same JM, obviously he's using the name Jim Milton right now. Same initials JM as John Marston. Makes sense. Sadie is not an idiot. She put 2 and 2 together. I don't think John is the sharpest tool in the shed. I think Sadie's a bit smarter than he is sometimes. But yeah. Anyways, that's aside from the point. I think Arthur might actually be a little bit more wise, more of an intellect than John. Maybe the characters just come off that way. I could be totally wrong. Could totally not be intended that way. But yeah, just with some of the interactions that we've seen with John throughout, the entirety of Red Dead 2, and now, getting to know him even more here during the epilogue. Not the sharpest tool. Like giving away all of that personal information at the post office. Not really the smartest thing to do, and I think that's something that Arthur Morgan probably would not have done, is shared that information. Was the attack at Pronghorn Ranch a result of giving away that I was here at the ranch? Right now, David Geddes respects us, but if he finds out that it was us that really brought a lot of this trouble to Pronghorn Ranch, I don't think that he's going to be too happy about that. Hopefully I didn't just give away the entire plot of Epilogue 1. Of course, this is all just theory at this point. I'm just theorizing, but...
Abigail. Darling John, a kind lady in the village helped me write this.
She had men problems of her own, but that's a different story. Listen, I've begged you, but it don't seem to make much difference. I've tried everything I know to make you grow up. And you know I love you, but loving you means I can't watch you do this. Time after time, we've had to run because of your behavior and your decisions. We got a son. I got a son. And I love our son enough that I can't have him around while you're like this. I had so many dreams, John. I hoped you would change. We all saw what happened to them that didn't, but you... Part of you is hell-bent on ending up the same way.
And I love you too much to watch that no more. Abigail.
Abigail is obviously illiterate. There's been multiple kind of references in this part alone to that. So she had a lady from the village help her write that. Wow. And there's the gift that she bought for John. Wow. Got some goosey bumps.
Where's the wife, Milton?
She's out.
I saw her leaving with the boy. And the bags. What's going on?
You married, Mr. Dickens?
No.
That don't surprise me.
What'd she do? Catch you with a showgirl? Or hear about you shooting more fellas over by Strawberry? Just who are you, Jim Milton?
I'm a family man. I can handle a gun, sure. Them men shot at me.
Just interested, that's all.
Ain't nothing interesting, unless you find gossip about a man's marriage worthy of your time.
Guess not. There's work to be done, unless you're running off too.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm here to work. Gotta save money, get her what she wants.
What does she want?
She wants a place of her own. Said she found a plot up at Beecher's Hope.
You? A rancher? You'll starve.
Probably.
Keep yourself busy. Take your mind off it.
Return to work. So we've got some jobs to do here in this one. I guess we're not riding it to Valentine right away. I guess that's something that we will kind of revisit in the very near future. That'll probably be one of the next missions available to us. Will be a Sadie Adler mission out in Valentine to kind of rendezvous with her there, if we choose to go see her. John really hasn't said whether or not that's something that he's going to do. This is crazy though. Abigail and Jack have left John Marston as a result of the recent events with him partaking in the protection of Pronghorn Ranch. Man, I said things are going to intensify, and boy, have they intensified. I don't know. I mean, you can try and run away from who you are and where you came from, but a lot of times you just kind of end up back at the same place. And I think, once again, that's just the case here with John Marston. At the end of the day, he can try and be Jim Milton as much as he wants, but he is not Jim Milton. He is John Marston. It's very hard to pretend to be a different person. At the end of the day, it's better to just be yourself, but obviously that's a lot easier said than done in the 1900s when, you know, you were a former outlaw. You'd probably be tried and killed for a lot of the crimes John Marston has committed, even just to this point in his life, negating all of the events of the original Red Dead. So we have three kind of simple tasks to complete here. One is cleaning the stalls, one is fixing the fence, and one is milking the cow. So I was so impressed by the graphical fidelity of the udder in part 72 that I just have to catch another glimpse, I think. Apparently the bulls at Pronghorn Ranch are not very pleased by the presence of John Marston. They find him a rather displeasing individual. Good to know. Definitely won't be cutting through the pen there anytime soon again. Okay, so this is where the cows are at.
Hello.
Look who I knocked into. Why does this keep happening, huh? Sure, I'll see you again.
Take care.
I guess the running joke would be that Dickens has been one of the more suspicious people about John Marston's past, and funny running into you again, almost like he's teasing him that he's following Jim Milton. Anyways, let's milk this cow, shall we? I don't know if there's like a rhythm to it. Like last time I did it, I just tried to get into a rhythm with it, or like because you can do both at the same time. Like I don't know. I definitely do not have a degree in cow milking. Okay, so they're automatically gonna kind of show him doing all this. This has arguably been a more interesting story than some segments of the actual game, I would say. It's definitely got me more intrigued than some parts of the main story. Oh, there's our beautiful udder. Brings me great pleasure. He's definitely putting some work in. A few months later, interesting. Bit of a time warp.
Well, that's her full.
Hey, you know, I was wrong about you. Turned into a fine worker, Jim Milton.
Oh, thank you. Means a lot. Hey, you think I could speak with Mr. Geddes? See if maybe he's open to offering me some guidance?
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear you speak, at least.
Thank you, Mr. Dickens.
I was going to say, hopefully after a couple months here of all this hard work, Dickens and Mr. Geddes would be more appreciative and less focused on my past. Especially Dickens. Like, Mr. Geddes, okay, this is his ranch. I really need to respect that, and, you know, if he has any questions about me, for sure, I have no problems clearing that up. But Dickens, like, I know you're Mr. Geddes' right-hand man, but that doesn't give you the right to stalk me and be, like, that suspicious. Get out of here. This is kind of scary, going up to the main house on the property here. We haven't really been around this part of the property very much. This is where Mr. Geddes and his wife live, so John's got something to talk to Mr. Geddes about. This ought to be an interesting conversation.
Hey, son. How's that bull?
Fine, Mr. Milton.
Your father in? Can I have a word?
Sure. I'll just get him.
Pa! I'm right here. What's the problem, Milton?
Sorry for the disturbance, sir.
Oh, no problem. My wife, she just began her morning discourse on the subject of my faults. Experience I think every man can relate to.
In some ways, my wife also has issues with some of the decisions I've made. Real issues.
Hmm?
Do you believe a man can change, sir?
Where is this heading?
I guess I don't know. I've tried to be a good hand. I've worked hard to secure your property.
And for that, we are grateful.
And you've paid me well besides. The thing is, I suppose, I need to get a place of my own, so I can prove to my wife that I've changed.
I understand.
But I ain't got much money. I ain't asking to borrow none. But maybe you could go to the bank and put in a good word so they could give me a loan?
A loan, huh?
So I can buy that place, Beecher's Hope?
Yes, I know it. Yes, of course, sure. It'd be my pleasure. But take my advice, Milton. Take your money and go buy passage on a boat. Go to Brazil and forget all about family. I'm just joking, son. Just make sure you deal with Ansel Atherton at the bank. He's a distant cousin. Here's my name. Tell him to ask me direct himself. You'll get what you need.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I was young and dumb once, too. You'll get it back.
Very kind of Mr. Geddes to offer that kind of help for us. Geddes' house is like a typical American family. All the bickering and pretty funny stuff. Ayo, JM. Got some more busyness to take care of. Okay, so I guess we're kind of a little bit more free from Pronghorn Ranch. I think we were always kind of free to go about, but we've got, oh damn, we got all of our rifles back. Everything that we had in Arthur Morgan's inventory is back. So let's try and outfit ourselves here, kind of right off the bat. Oh, this is interesting.
Cruel, cruel world, I'm moving on. I've been living too fast, and I've been living too long.
Please, come on. Damn.
Oh my god, that happy moment ended very quickly. Holy Welcome back to the real world. Holy crap, I'm like getting the cinematic camera ready, trying to get these nice shots for the stream, and this happy song and happy butterflies and ponies floating around, and next thing you know I get ambushed by these two wicked wolves. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, holy Christ. I got a bite mark on my arm there, you can kind of see. Claw marks all over me. Jesus Christ. What a way to leave Pronghorn Ranch. This was a beautiful kind of pasture to... Not a pasture. This was a beautiful kind of prairie to ride across here. And I was really taking it all in up until I was rudely interrupted there. I guess now we can get back to equipping ourselves a little better. Man, when it comes to these pistols and revolvers, there's so many. I can never, ever choose which one to go with. But I haven't used the pistols in a while, and being the 1900s, the turn of the century, let's... oh, we do have John Cattleman's revolver now, too, though. Being the rancher that I am, maybe I should stick with the Cattleman revolvers. John's Cattleman and Arthur's old Cattleman revolver. That way when people see the guns on me, they're not like, you know, how come he's got all these fancy guns if he's just a rancher? I just got a Cattleman revolver, that's it. I can also go the pair of Schofields. I can go Callaway and the Volcanic, or the two pistols as well, which are a little bit different. I was going to say it's the turn of the century. Pistols are becoming more of a thing over revolvers. Maybe we should equip the pistols. That'll be my next equipped set of pistols. I was hoping it wasn't going to end there. I was like, damn, are we setting up for the end of this already? I feel like we just got started, and now I can get kind of reacquainted with some of the weapons that I was using towards the end of the game with Arthur Morgan, such as the Litchfield repeater. I was starting to really like that. It's a pretty powerful repeater. I get all my hunting gear and stuff like that back, so these are all important things. I have a hatchet, a machete, and a knife on me, so I've got a hunting knife, a Civil War knife, and John's knife, so I would say we're fairly well outfitted here indeed. Let's go with the Springfield here. Cool, cool. We can go all regular ammo. Yep. Okay, so this is going to be we're going to kind of wind things down here. So Ansel Atherton is the person that we need to see in Blackwater. So actually, this is going to be our first trip to Blackwater. This mission, this is the banker that Mr. Getty suggested that we meet in order to secure the loan. John is trying to prove to Abigail that, you know, he can be, you know, independent, and he can be a mature man, and, you know, kind of settle down with his life. So he's trying to purchase this ranch property not too far away from Blackwater. You know, it's unlikely that Jim Milton, who has no history, they'd never be able to find any proof of his existence, really, even. I guess it would go back to that Pinkerton agent, to some extent. But you know, and you know, the risk of being traced back to John Marston, so he needs some help getting a loan. Mr. Geddes is going to help him. He said, talk to Ansel Atherton, give him my name, tell him to speak to me directly if need be. So that's what that mission is going to be all about. But that'll also be not only doing that mission, but also that's a trip for us to Blackwater to check some of the things out in Blackwater. So maybe we'll do one stream kind of dedicated to having a look at the Blackwater area and getting stuff done there, and then a separate stream where we'll kind of head out to Valentine, see what's going on there, and we finally get to rendezvous with one of the old gang members, Sadie Adler. We get to team up with again here. I'm kind of excited to speak with Sadie and see, you know, kind of what's been going on with her. Maybe she has information about some of the other members of our gang. It's going to take us a little while to get out there. Valentine's probably closer, so it might be smarter to go there first. One sec. My apologies, that was the dryer. So yeah, kind of two separate areas that we have to kind of diverge two separate roads that are two separate missions that are kind of apart from each other, but we'll make sure to manage them, handle them. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all I've got. I don't even know where to start. I'm stumbling upon my words here because quite a lot happened story-wise. Don't hesitate if you want to partake in the conversation down below. If you have any questions or any more little clarity for me, definitely let me know. Clear anything up that I may have been mistaken on. Still kind of our home base here, our camp, if you will, is Pronghorn Ranch. That's where we'll always need to return to. That's our home, if you will, right now. But when we start our next stream, essentially, I should be 100% cores across the board. We should just be able to start right away and ride out to one of these two missions. Probably Sadie first. I'll probably do Sadie first because I don't really want to miss. I guess you can't miss the opportunity to see her, but it's been a while. I want to catch up, so we'll see what's going on with her. So yeah. That's all I got for you. Just trying to remember if there's anything else that I kind of wanted to touch on here before we wave our goodbyes or elbow bump each other, I guess, nowadays. We have just officially hit 80% by completing the motherhood mission where John receives a telegram from Sadie Adler. So we actually reached 80% completion, and likely with the completion of epilogue part 1 and I assume part 2, we should maybe even be able to crack 85-90%. Hey, that's actually not too bad at the end of the day. So not too shabby. We did quite a lot. Things continue to ramp up with John and Abigail and everything going on at Pronghorn Ranch. At least Pronghorn Ranch, at least they went undisturbed for another few months there. And yeah, I don't know. Get those likes up for me, subscribe for me, and we will see each other next time. Wait a minute. You won't see me next time. You'll hear me next time. Got it.